Of the almost 90,000 refugee claim decisions since 2013, more than 10,000 involved persecution over race and ethnicity. Of those, almost half were Roma people fleeing Central Europe. Then there's this. Over 6,000 people sought asylum for reasons of sexual orientation, almost a quarter from Nigeria, where violence against LGBT people is common. But here's another troubling reality. A large number of women claimants are seeking persecution because they're women, fleeing gender-based persecution. Karen Pauls heard some of their stories.
They walk across the border into Canada. In Manitoba...
Okay, so you guys understand you're all under arrest for entering Canada illegally?
And Quebec. Many with young children, many with scars, burns, and broken bones.
My husband used to beat me all the time. He married another wife and he continued to abuse me.
We're not identifying these women to protect them and their children still living in Djibouti, East Africa. They're speaking through an interpreter.
I come from a very poor family and he came from a family which was powerful in my country. So from the first time he started abusing me, my family or I couldn't do anything about it.
A CBC News investigation has revealed 1 in 6 female asylum seekers in Canada is fleeing domestic violence, forced marriages, or female genital mutilation. Half of them say they're escaping abusive partners or family members. The Immigration and Refugee Board heard nearly 3,000 domestic violence-related refugee claims between 2013 and 2017. Almost 60% were accepted.
A primary issue is that a woman who fails to disclose the true extent of her victimization in her home country very often risks not being accepted as a refugee.
That may be why women who cited gender persecution as a cause for their refugee claim were less likely to be approved than those fleeing for political, religious, or ethnic reasons.
Canada has a long tradition of looking at all issues of sexual violence, gender identity, in a very positive way. So it's important that Canada remain at the forefront of that kind of protection.
Back in Winnipeg, these women are waiting for their IRB hearings.
I am hoping to get protection here. If I am sent back to Djibouti, for me it's like a death sentence. The anger that my husband has towards me because I took my son without his permission and I ran away, I think he's going to kill me if I go back.
For them, the stakes are high, even at a time when Canada's acceptance rate for asylum seekers is at a 27-year high. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
One last note on all of this. As Karen mentioned, the number of refugees Canada is accepting is spiking. In 2013, the first year examined in the CBC News investigation, 44% got in. In the first 9 months of last year, that figure shot up to 70%. That's the highest level in decades.